After 9 years at Aston Villa and 2 years focusing solely on the England job, we're back in Premier League football and manager of Chelsea. Hello and welcome back to some more Football Manager 2021 and the first part of Club 2 of the Journeyman of a Legend with Chelsea. And today we are taking on Liverpool in our first Premier League match in charge before taking on Manchester United in the UEFA Super Cup. So, just a bit of context about it all. Of course, we interviewed for the Chelsea job before the World Cup last summer, or as you guys seen it probably a couple of days ago. And Frank Lampard got the job. Well, Frank Lampard got the chop in December for the second time in the save. And Chelsea approached me. I didn't even apply for the job. Chelsea just approached me. And I said I wanted to take over at the end of the season so that we had a fresh run at it. A full transfer window, a full pre-season to get the tactic embedded, and that's exactly what happened. So we are now Chelsea manager, and they are probably one of only 2 or 3 Premier League clubs I would have accepted. I wouldn't have wanted to go to Aston Villa again, obviously. I wouldn't have wanted to go to Arsenal, Man City, Man United, Liverpool, who've won titles recently. Who I would have wanted to go to were Chelsea, Tottenham and Newcastle United, who I think had the potential to do a Villa with. If we look at Chelsea's history of the save so far, they've had a bit of a rough time of it, finishing as low as 7th on a couple of occasions, and they haven't finished in the top 4 for a couple of years now, and they haven't finished higher than 3rd since 2023-24 when they finished 2nd, and they haven't won a title since 2016-17. So it has been a long time since Chelsea have had the sort of success that they've experienced in the past. So it seemed like a good idea to try and bring back that level of success almost, and prove ourselves at another club. I wanted to go abroad. No real opportunities came up other than Lyon. And I don't know, I just didn't really fancy that job. So we're at Chelsea. We'll see how it goes. They've had Frank Lampard twice. They had Eric Ten Hag and Hansi Flick as their permanent manager. So, Frank Lampard was in charge for nearly 5 years, did reasonably well, won 1 cup with them, but lost his job at the end of 2024. They've brought him back 6 years later, but he only lasted till New Year's Day and got the chop, and that's when they brought us in. So that's exactly what's happened. Chelsea haven't won too many trophies at all. Actually, they've only won the UEFA Cup, which they won in 2029 and 2031, meaning that we are in the Champions League this year. They won the Super Cup back in 29. They were runners-up back in 29. They have won the Carabao Cup on 3 occasions in this save, so that's been a pretty fruitful tournament for them. But other than that, they've been really anonymous. So it was something that really appealed to me. And plenty of my England boys are in here as well, which I think, is good to know some of the players already. Is really good. So what I want to do is introduce you to the squad. There's no real point in talking to you about transfers to a squad that you don't know. So we'll just go through them, position by position if you like. Or should we go alphabetical? I suppose we'll go alphabetical. So, Diogo Costa, we've brought him in over the summer from Aston Villa. Of course, he was our first choice keeper for many years at Villa. We've brought him in for £42 million, which is quite a lot of money. But for the quality, I couldn't really find anything cheaper. So, he has come in and hopefully he'll make an impact for us instantly. That the years we were at Aston Villa, he certainly was an excellent player. So I'm hoping that that'll be replicated again. Thiago Rodriguez is a 20-year-old Brazilian right back, 3.5-star current ability, 5-star potential, some decent attributes in there, and I do think he is going to be very, very good. 27.5 million he was signed for last year. Didn't play too many matches, but certainly going to be a lot more involved for us. Akil Harewood is a 26-year-old English player. Of course, he's one of our first-choice centre-backs. He's a 4-star current ability. Some really, really excellent statistics attributes, and over the last few years has been a regular for Chelsea, and he's a Chelsea youth product, so definitely somebody that we want to keep in the system. Alessandro Bastoni, one of the few real players in the team, 32-year-old Italian centre-back, 107 caps for them, 4-star current ability, again some fantastic attributes, and has been at Chelsea since 2023 when he signed for 68 million. But unfortunately, he's never really played too regularly for them. But I do think he is going to be a key player for us this year. Ryan Sessegnon, we've brought him in over the summer. He's 31 years old, of course, is part of our England setup. But brought him in on a free transfer. I thought it was a decent deal. He's been at Manchester City the last 3 seasons, or 4 seasons, including a loan spell at Valencia, where he did very, very well last season, and I think he deserves another crack at the whip in the Premier League, because in the past he's done all right. Certainly somebody that I think could make an impact. Mason Mount, of course, is still at Chelsea. He's Mr. Chelsea these days. Again, it came through the Chelsea youth system, as you all know, and is now the Chelsea captain. He's had an excellent career over the years, and I think that will certainly continue for the next couple of years. Pedri, again, another real player, 28-year-old Spaniard, who has 71 caps and 13 goals at international level. Some really, really excellent attributes. 3-star, 3.5-star current ability, 3.5-star potential, valued at £69 million. He's been at Chelsea since 2025-26 when he joined from Paris Saint-Germain, and he's had some very, very good seasons since then. We've then got Isaac Pereira, 23-year-old right winger from Portugal. Again, decent attributes, 4-star ability, 4.5-star potential. Joined back in 2028 for £50 million from Benfica, and certainly had an excellent second season. Not so good last year, but I think he will be a key player for us this year. Then another new signing for us, Neto, a Brazilian wonderkid, 19 years old, 37.5 million he is valued at. We managed to snap him up for £11 million. So really, really pleased. He's had an excellent pre-season, so I think he is going to be an absolute crackerjack of a signing. Chris Lamb, of course, from the England setup. We know him, 25 years old. Hasn't scored many goals at international level, but, looking at that, 18 finishing, 17 first touch, 18 composure, 15 pace, this guy's going to be a beast. Again, a Chelsea youth product. We've got plenty of them in the first team. 16 goals 2 seasons ago, 19 goals the season before that. Last year, not as good, but I'm hoping that with us here, with our influence, we know that we get strikers to score goals, and hopefully Chris Lamb will be one of those strikers that we can turn around. And then we've got Salamane Gomez. He is an unbelievable player, 28-year-old Portuguese player. Some excellent attributes, 3.5-star ability and potential. He joined back in 2027, and certainly over the last 2 seasons has gone from a great player to world class. And in pre-season he was unbelievable. He's going to play up front today, so we'll get to see him there. Another one of our new signings was Yaina Sanchez, 21-year-old Colombian goalkeeper, one for the future. Did all right in pre-season. I think he'll do fine. Jason Moracini has come in. Has been at Chelsea since 2025. A very, very good bog standard player. Very versatile as well. Miles Plummer, bringing him up from the youth system. He is valued at £6 million. 2-star current ability, 3.5-star potential. And he played 3 games last season, played very, very well in them, and certainly in pre-season he's done a decent job. Yusuf Demir, he's one of the signings that we've made over the summer. Quite a big signing, this one, from Southampton. We signed him for £70 million, which is quite a lot of money. But he had a really, really terrific season last year for Southampton. And I do think he's the sort of player that can do a great job for us. Had an okay pre-season as well, so looking forward to seeing how he develops. Steve Lazenby, 22-year-old English player, 3-star current ability, 3-star potential. Certainly somebody that's been popping up in the national pool as somebody to bring in, and he's played very, very regular football for Chelsea over the last 3 seasons. I think he's going to be a good player. Jude Bellingham, still at Chelsea, 28 years old now, £64 million. He is worth, was signed for £79 million back in 2026-27, and although he's never had a stunning Chelsea career, I think he's somebody that can do well for us. Another one of my signings, Pedro Antonio, 27-year-old Brazilian striker. And, you look at these attributes and you see why I signed him. 17 dribbling, 17 finishing, 16 first touch, 17 technique, 16 composure, 17 determination, 16 off the ball, 16 acceleration, 17 agility, 16 balance. This guy is really, really good. And we signed him for £22 million. He had a good pre-season. I think this guy could be a superstar. A bit like Jan Cavalcanti. I think he'll take a little time to relax and adapt to English football. But I think once he does, he is going to be terrific. And you can see some other players in here as well. Alexis Starlemakers, 32 years old from Belgium. This is actually his second spell at Chelsea. He was signed in 2021-22. Had a 5-year spell, went to Atletico, then Barcelona. And he's come back to Chelsea now last season and did all right. Ibanez, very, very good 4-star current ability player. He is going to be a key defender for us. He's been playing since 24-25. Came on a free transfer. What a bargain he was. Of course, Jadon Sancho is at Chelsea as well. 31 years old. He's been there since 21-22. He's had a terrific career for Chelsea. Aaron Ramsdale, of course, we know who he is. And Mirko Puglisi. I'm so glad I'm getting him to play for us, because he used to score goals for fun against my Villa side, and you can see over the years he has scored a shed load of goals, 132 career goals in 263 appearances, I think he is going to be an absolute superstar once he's back from his suspension. Mark Maxwell, you all know him from the English setup, 4.5-star ability. He is going to be one of the best players in the world. Diego Velázquez, 20-year-old centre-back, somebody that was brought in a couple of years ago on a free transfer. And again, very, very good. 3.5-star ability, 5-star potential. Eddie Robinson, another wonder kid, 20-year-old Englishman. I've given him 3 caps for England, 3.5-star current ability, 5-star potential. Some excellent attributes in there. Already 16 pace, 18 stamina, 18 acceleration. He's going to be good. He played 33 games for Chelsea last year. Only 7 starts, but 7 goals in those starts. Lucas Jardel, a 20-year-old left-back, 2.5-star ability, 3.5-star potential. Came in last season and played pretty well when called upon. Adam Taylor, another Chelsea youth product, 19 years old. Was out on loan at Hull last season. Did an okay job. I think he is somebody we could call upon. And then finally, Juan Pablo Machin, he's a 27-year-old from Spain, worth £29.5 million. He was signed for £47.5 million last season. But there you go. That is the Chelsea squad. And I hope that you agree, this Chelsea squad looks very, very strong indeed, and we've got an excellent starting point. I think we've recruited well over the summer in areas that were weak. We've got a lot of experience that I think we're going to phase out over the next few years, but a lot of great youth product to bring in and blood in to the squad. So there you go. That is the Chelsea squad. Hopefully we will have a good season with them. Let's have a little look at the season preview. before we get into anything else. And they do think we are going to finish 4th, which is good. I think that's what you always want to see. Aston Villa, of course, are the favourites for the title. They won the title again last season. They have got rid of a couple of players, brought in Brian and Lucas Raphael Faitosa. I just want to see what the Dream 11 is. Have we got any of them? Puglisi and Maxwell. So that's good to see. Fuentes, or one of our old players, and John Reyes, of course, for Villa are in there. And Puglisi is apparently the best player in the Premier League currently. So you've got to say we've got a chance of winning the Premier League. There's no pressure on us to do that. We've got to qualify for the Champions League, and hopefully we have a run at the title as well. That's what we want to see. So this is the team that I've picked for today. Then I haven't sorted out set pieces and stuff like that yet. I just want to see our raw performances. I played every match in pre-season for the first time ever, I think, and we were very, very strong. Scored lots of goals, played some beautiful football. So let's hope that we do our best today. So let's get into it then with Diogo Costa in goal, with Rodriguez, Harewood, Bastoni and Sessegnon in defence. We've then got Mount and Pedri in the midfield, with Pereira and Neto starting wide of Chris Lam and Gomez up top. So let's get into it then. What a match this could be against Liverpool, and what you know, a benchmark. You know, if we go and beat Blackburn 4-0, no disrespect to Blackburn, but it's not much of a sign. If we go and get started with a win against Liverpool, it's a bit more of a statement. So I'm a bit nervous going into this. I want to see us do well, and hopefully we will. So come on, the boys, come on, Chelsea, come on, the Blues. And hopefully we can get a positive result today. That's the plan, at least. Here's Odegaard with the free kick, gets it in. Bodu's there, and it's a good catch from Diogo Costa straight away there. What can he do with it? He boots it forward. Neto's there. Neto's got it. Neto on his debut to Pedri, forward to Gomez, and that should have been 1-0 to the Blues, but alas, it was not. Here's Odegaard, gets it in. Parrott, but it's away by Bastoni. Now he has Fiorentino. No, doesn't happen. But that Liverpool squad looking very, very similar to what it did when we left Villa. And of course, you know, we've been out of the Premier League for a couple of years. Potentially the landscape has changed a little bit. So here's Mount, Rodriguez, now to Pereira. Isaac Pereira on the ball. What can he do with it? Gets it to Pedri now. Pedri to Lam. He has Mason Mount. Oh, I thought that was in. But positive signs so far. We certainly look the more confident of the two teams. Here's Sessegnon to Neto now. Neto to Gomez. Gomez still going. It's still Gomez, and it's a great save by Luis Felipe. And I think finally Alisson may well have retired. But here's Mount. Gets it into the middle. It's away by Azakan. Now he has Bodu on the ball, pushing forward, and that's a great tackle from Rodriguez. And I think that's what we've always lacked as a manager, is a good quality defending right back, you know, who can go forward as well. Estevez was brilliant going forward, a little bit loose in defence, but well, we're currently top of the league. That's because we're the first match, but a little bit disappointing that we haven't got ourselves on the score sheet yet. We are going to go attacking just for the next 10 minutes and see how it goes. So Neto has picked up a knock. We'll have to keep an eye on that. He's got a tight calf, apparently. Here's Rodriguez to Pereira now. Pereira still going. Mason Mount, and it's Neto, and it's a good header. Chris Lam hits the side netting. Wow. We could well have been 3 or 4-0 up here. Well, it hasn't happened. Oh, he's taken quite a few knocks, apparently. And now Sessegnon has taken a knock, so we're going to have to get Moricini into defence. So that's not ideal. But there we go, it's half-time. I think I'm going to say I'm far from pleased with that. I think we wanted to make a better impression in this first half. Can Gomez play there? He can. So let's get Pedro Antonio on, who I think is a much better striker than Gomez. And we'll see how that works out in this second half. So 2 changes already, which is not ideal. What I might do is swap him round with him. because Gomez has been brilliant in that Mazzala role, doing what Paul Pogba was doing many, many years ago when he was on loan at Villa, just bombing forward and scoring goals. Henry was doing it as well, 80 Henry, who I think still plays for Villa. Here's Gomez. Now Pedri on the ball. Gomez again. Here's Pereira, and it's 1-0, and our first goal in the Chelsea era of this save. And it's Isaac Pereira with the goal, and it's 1-0 against the Cop. And it was a good ball forward from Gomez, and you have to say that was beautifully threaded through, and a great finish from Pereira there. And it's 1-0. I think we can go back to positive now, and we'll certainly take a 1-0 in our opening match. But I think it's been a positive performance overall. You know, on a different day, I think we just scored 3 or 4. Here's James. Now Ansu Fati on the ball to Parrott. Now Windle. Oh, it's 1-1, and that's Liverpool's first big chance of the match. And that's disappointing how quickly they managed to get back into that. And you can see we're just not quite there with our defensive solidarity yet. And that'll come in time. That will come in time. But a great finish from Windle. And Diogo Costa can't really be too disappointed. Odegaard gets it in. Oh, it's a header over the bar. That would have been a disaster had they scored there. Here's Visu. Now Bastoni. Mount gets it away. Nope, that was rubbish. Aka. Now Fiorentino to Odegaard. Forward to Parrott, but Costa snuffs it out. Didn't really play a lot of football for Villa last season, so maybe not the sharpest in match form. Here's Pereira. Now to Rodriguez. Bombing down this right-hand side. Rodriguez still going. Gets it in, and Pedri scores. What a goal that is. And what a cross that was from Rodriguez. And what a finish from Pedri. And it's 2-1, so starting to get into gear a little bit here at Chelsea. And Rodriguez, a lovely ball across, and Pedri with an absolute bullet of a finish there. Right, let's get Demir on for Pereira. He was looking quite tired. Pedri looking like he's took a knock as well. Goodness me. Liverpool are dirty players, but there we go. We get 3 points on the opening day of the season, and that is exactly what we wanted against a quality opposition in Liverpool as well. And I think it is really important to do that. And you know, we've set our stall out. Ryan Sessegnon's injured for a couple of weeks. That's a bit of a shame. We're going to put our arm around Mr. Pedri and say you were superb. For scoring that goal. He's an elite attacking midfielder, and he certainly looked it in that match. So we've got the Man United match coming up, and well, I'll show you how we get on when we get there. Okay, so 3 changes for our Super Cup match. We've brought in Ibanez into defence. We've brought in Pedro Antonio and Mirko Puglisi up top. Gomez goes into the midfield and Pedri out wide. Other than that, everything's the same. Lucas Jardel comes in at left back for the injured Ryan Sessegnon. So 4 changes to the side, and I think 4 very, very strong changes. And I think that's what's great to see about this Chelsea squad. You know, I've come in and not really had to do too much to the squad to make it you know, a good squad. I'd like to see this Man United team. How much has it changed since they were our old adversaries in the Villa part of the save? So Rashford's still in there. I mean, I'm looking at that squad and it looks very similar. So hopefully they're old and tired and can't possibly deal with 2 matches in a week. But here we go. Let's see how we get on. Here's Randy Jelovic gets it in, and it's away by Ibanez. Here he is again, though, on the ball. What's he going to do? Gets it into Greenwood, and it's 1-0. And Shabazai, goodness me, I still don't know how to say your name, but you still annoy me completely. Oh, 1-0 to Man United after 2.5 minutes. That is not a good start and not a great sign, because Man United are probably the second best team in England at the moment, behind Aston Villa. And, you know, if we get absolutely whooped by them today, it's not a good sign for us. But hey, let's keep going. We always had problems against Man United at Villa. But we will try and get back into this. Here's Bentancur. Good tackle from Pereira. Here's Gomez. Now Pedro Antonio on the ball. And what pace he's showing here. Pedro Antonio, what a save that is from Giovanni. I thought we were going to see the beautiful composure there from the main man himself. But it wasn't quite to be, unfortunately. So still 1-0 up. We're going to go very attacking. We're going to berate the boys after this. Oh, it's away by Ibanez, but here's Pereira, gets it forward to Puglisi now. Mirko Puglisi now to Antonio. Oh, I thought that was going to be the moment, but again, wasn't to be. Rashford gets it forward in Cassiano. Oh, what a save. What a save from Costa there. He was offside as well, but that was a terrific catch. Right, come on, boys. Manyares into Greenwood. Shabazai to Bentancur. Bentancur again. Come on, Manyares. Need the tackle in there, boys. Good block from Yardle. Now gets it away. Here's Puglisi to Pedri. Pedri loses it, but Antonio gets it back. Puglisi. Nah, that's not good enough, mate. Here's Cassiano now. Cassiano. Great save from Diogo Costa. Still 1-0 to the Red Devils. Yeah, we're going to mark him. Oh, it's off the post. Here's Bentancur. Oh, it's away, and here's Pedro Antonio. What a chance this is. Puglisi square. Here's Puglisi. Mirko Puglisi. How did you miss that? You would never have missed that against Villa. Wow. That is a disappointment. Here's Yardle to Puglisi to Yardle again. Gomez into the middle. Antonio had a chance there, but here's Rashford now pushing forward. Greenwood, Mason Greenwood. Oh, it's over the bar. Yeah, we're not going to walk in and get an invincible season, put it that way. Here's Mount. Puglisi now. Puglisi on the ball. And he's still going. What a run this is from Mirko Puglisi. And what a terrible miss. He was closer to the corner flag. He was closer to the corner flag there. Oh dear. Don't let it be 2-0 just before half time. Oh, Marcus Rashford scores. And it's 2-0 to Man United just before that half time whistle. I think if we could have held on, maybe we could have made a couple of changes. But that is just not good enough. That is not good enough. Pereira not having a good game. So I'm going to bring on Yusuf Demir instead. Might swap these around a bit. Pedri's going to come off. I'm going to stick Neto on instead. Yeah, that'll have to do, I think, for now. We don't want to make too many changes. Ah, what a pity. I'd have loved to have got my hands on a bit of silverware today. I don't think it's going to happen. Here's Rashford now. Rashford. Bentancur. Again. Shabazai. Manyares. 3-0. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Wow. I mean, the squad on paper is very good. I think a bit of work to be done on the training ground, let's be honest. And Diogo Costa on his knees there, begging for mercy from the Manchester United players. But that was just terrible. I mean, XG-wise, we are apparently playing better than them. Certainly don't see the evidence of that on the pitch. Well, a goal back here could spark something. Puglisi. Mirko Puglisi. Oh! How has that not gone in? And straight away I'm seeing a problem here. We need to start taking our chances. We need to start actually scoring goals. We're getting ourselves into these positions, but just not doing well enough with the final product. Here's Mason Mount now on the ball. What can he do with it? He's pretty tired now. Is he just going to lose it? No. Here's Gomez. Gomez with a shot, and that's over the bar. Chris Lamb could come on. Here's Yardle to Demir. Yardle again. Harewood, Demir gets it forward. What a ball that is. Pedro Antonio now misses the target. How? How do you miss that? Yardle. Neto now. Neto pushing forward, loses it, but here's Pedro Antonio, and this time he scores. This time he scores, and that's his first goal for Chelsea, and it's 3-1 now. Surely we can't get back into this. Mason Mount's going to come off. Who are we going to put on? I'm going to put Jude Bellingham on. I think he could do a job from the right-hand side. 10 minutes to go. Come on, let's berate the boys. Again. Another goal and we're right back in it. Come on, Giovanni gets it forward. Here's Oliveira. Oliveira to Lee Kang-in now. The man who scored the equalising goal in the World Cup group stage. Cassiano seals it though for Man United. This is a bit of a tough defeat to take this early on. Puglisi, now Demir, Yusuf Demir still going. Gomez, over the bar. But, you know, the positive signs are there. We've got to take the positives from this match. We're getting into the right positions. You know, against Liverpool, we were getting into the right positions, just not scoring the goals just yet. And I think hopefully those will come in time. 5-1 would be embarrassing though. Oh, good save. Good save from Costa. Oh, we needed that time. Here's Lee Kang-in. Gets it into the middle. It's away by Gomez now. Neto, and on the counter-attack. And you'd hope that he's going to have a chance here. But what a tackle from Cassiano. And it's gone out for a corner. Can we make anything of it? Here's Gomez. Gets it into the middle. Ibanez couldn't do anything with it. And Cassiano now on the counter-attack, and that's a terrible tackle, and that's got to be... Well, it was a yellow card. I was going to say it's got to be a red card. Oh, Ibanez has scored! We finally scored from a corner there, and it's 4-2 now, but it's way too late to be getting these goals. But good to see that the corner goals are still coming, and Ibanez can hopefully be the new Max Norman Williamson. That's a bit of a poor tackle. Here's Greenwood. Now Oliveira. Oliveira again gets it to Manyares now. Manyares to Oliveira. Greenwood. Oliveira. Don't make it 5. Don't make it 5. You know you don't want to. Oh, just wide. But that, I think, will be full time, and we're going to have to suffer watching Manchester United lift that Super Cup that we won. Just a solitary time with Aston Villa, but there it is, and there they come. The Red Devil scum of Manchester United are going to take another trophy off me, personally. But we've got to, you know, have the positive attitude of we've just started. You know, we're not expecting to win these trophies this early on. Is that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer still with black hair? I can't actually do that for some reason. You can't double click on players as they're walking along. I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is still at Manchester United. I don't want to keep watching them do that. Dressing room, that's fine by me. I'm going to say it's unacceptable. I am. I think we should have done a lot better than that. You know, certainly with the finishing. But there you go. UEFA Super Cup done. We received 3 million for it, which is good. Who was it hosted by? Parkin. I don't even know where that is. Denmark, apparently. So Manchester United. Hang on. All does Man City. Should be Man United. Yeah, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer still there. He's now 58 years old, which is crazy, and he's very much above us on the Hall of Fame as well, which we are 19th on the list right now. But we are very, very close to certain guys above us. I think probably by the end of our time at Chelsea, I'd hope to be, closing in on 6th position with Marcelo Gallardo up there. But he is still managing. He's managing River Plate these days. But yeah, I suppose he must be doing something good at River Plate, but how on earth is he up there? I mean, he is having a decent time of it, to say the least. But there you go. That is our first episode of Chelsea completed. Not the result we wanted in the second match, but an excellent opening day victory against Liverpool. And some positive signs in there. I think we've got some terrific players. We just need to work out what our best 11 is and where we need to improve. And hopefully everything will fall into place. So if you've enjoyed that, give it a big thumbs up down below. Subscribe for daily FM content between a Monday and a Friday. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching and goodbye.